Hello, this is Coach Jay from Keto Goodies PH and Keto Goodies PH Baking Workshops. Alright, so we would like to welcome you to this class. And let me just give you a little bit of background about myself. No? So I'm a life purpose coach by profession. I've been into sales, marketing, and training for over 10 years. And I was vegetarian for over 10 years before I converted to the ketogenic diet and lifestyle. Anyway, last 2019, I converted to the diet because I was influenced by a friend who was living a healthier life. No? When I met her, she was way better than before. So I decided to give it a try. And when I said I decided to give it a try, I did it like 360 degrees from being a vegetarian to converting to a keto diet. So when I started my ketogenic journey, I was looking for breads, pastries, and treats that are low carb. And so I decided to make for myself. Baking and cooking were just my hobbies, and I used to bake traditional stuffs at home, but I wasn't a professional baker. So when I decided to make some goodies for myself, that's the time I started also enjoying low carb and keto baked items. And then when I started posting them on social media, a neighbor saw it and she said like, come on, sell me some of those things that you're baking, no? Bentahan mo ako. But I said, no, I'm not a professional baker. And she said, come on, I would just want to try it. So when I shared it to our neighbor, she's like, okay, these are all good. So that's the beginning of it all. So I was very new to keto baking, but I started to offer also to neighbors and friends because I believe that it's going to be a big help also to them. So that's how our business started. And then after a few months, some clients asked me if I can teach them and share them how to make and bake low carb goodies and breads. And that's the beginning also of our baking workshops and classes. All right? Alright, so let's get started with the basic ingredients that you should have in your pantry before you start baking. Okay? So let's start with the flours, sa mga harina. Alright, so we know that in traditional breads, okay, paano ba umaalsa ang mga tinapay? Of course, the classic bread rises because of the yeast. Right? And the yeast acts by absorbing sugar. So, because of this yeast, yung function niya is to activate the gluten. No? And so, it will create texture, it will create bulk do sa mga traditional breads. But since we're baking gluten-free, okay, so what are the flours, mga harina that we need to have in our pantry? Okay, so normally, the keto-friendly flours are coconut flour and almond flour, okay? Because we don't use the traditional flour like the all-purpose flour because 1 cup of all-purpose flour is equivalent to 200 grams of carbs. 1 cup. And you could just imagine how many cups do we use when we bake traditional breads and pastries. Whereas, if we are using low-carb flours like almond flour, 1/4 cup is simply 2 grams of net carbs. For every 1/4 cup of almond flour, that's only 2 grams of carbs, net carbs. Alright? So, that's why we use almond flour. And for coconut flour naman, for every 1/4 cup, that's 7 grams of net carbs. So you could just imagine the comparison. So we're using almond and coconut flour, and if we're gonna convert for every 3 cups of almond flour in a recipe, that's equivalent only to 1 cup of coconut flour. We cannot substitute 1:1 for these two flours. Why? Because coconut flour absorbs more liquid like a sponge. So every time a recipe calls for coconut flour, it needs more liquid or wet ingredients like eggs. Okay? For every 1 cup of coconut flour, we need at least 6 eggs. Alright? So, but that's why we cannot substitute 1:1. Or for every 1/3 cup of coconut flour, you need at least 2 eggs in the recipe. Okay? So that's how high moisture a coconut flour has. And they're highly dense also. Okay? Now, we cannot convert traditional recipes like 1 cup of all-purpose flour to 1 cup of almond or coconut flour. Never. We cannot convert them 1:1 because of the balance of the liquid ingredients that we need in a recipe. So I recommend, if you are a newbie in keto or low-carb baking, to be safe, might as well just follow the keto recipe as it is before making any revisions to the recipe. If you're already used to it, if you have mastered it already, then that's the time you can edit and revise and revise. Okay? So that's just a recommendation. All right, let's move on. Okay? So what are the other ingredients, baking ingredients that we need to have? Well, let's talk about binders and bulking ingredients, because since we don't use cornstarch, we don't use yeast, we don't use starch, okay? So there are other binding agents that we can use that are low carb, 0 calories, 0 carbs as well. So what are these ingredients? First, we have the psyllium husk powder, okay? Psyllium husk comes in 2 forms, psyllium husk ground and psyllium husk powder. If you have psyllium husk ground and the recipe calls for a powdered form, you can simply powder it through a food processor. Or there are psyllium husk powders available in the market. Okay, because if the recipe calls for a ground psyllium husk whole, then do not use powder, or else the output of your baked item will become more gooey or cakey. But if the recipe calls for a psyllium husk powder, then that's the one that you should use, because we're talking about the output, the texture that we need or we are expecting out of a recipe. All right? Psyllium husk powder or psyllium husk is a thickener that helps recipe bind together and create a crumb-like texture. So that's psyllium husk powder for you. Okay? Another natural thickening agent and binding agent is xanthan gum. Mostly we use xanthan gum for jams, soups, and other baked goodies, and even in ice cream to thicken them. Okay, a little goes a long way. So xanthan gum is very important as well. Other binding or thickening agents, we also use chia seeds. Okay, so chia seeds, when soaked in liquid for quite some time, it forms like a gel-like texture. We also use gelatin, unflavored and unsweetened gelatin, okay, to gel and thicken recipes. Okay, so then other bulking agents, because we need bulk. We don't want naman flat breads or flat cakes, and this one is very crucial. Another bulking agent is eggs. Okay, so we use eggs a lot in keto baking. For eggless recipes naman, we can always, there's a substitute for eggs. Okay, and this is what we call the flax eggs, using flaxseed meal. Okay, so this is the ratio or the usual formula. For 1 egg, you can substitute it with 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal mixed with 2 tablespoons of water. and then let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes. That's 1 egg for you. Okay, but not all recipes will work on this, okay? There are certain recipes that can be converted to become eggless by using flax eggs. All right? Okay. Then, okay, let's move to the next. Okay, what are the other essentials in keto baking? So again, we have the almond flour, coconut flour, and then we also use flaxseed meal. Okay, so it's like it is an added texture so that our baked recipe will mimic wheat breads naman. Okay, so flaxseed meal is very good for sourdough, low-carb breads. Okay, and other breads, like there are flax loaf, no? There are those that has no almond flour and coconut flour at all. And the recipes only call for flaxseed meal. Okay, so we can also bake with that. Then we have also unsweetened cocoa powder. Pink salt or regular salt will do. We have the baking powder, the baking soda, cream of tartar, and then of course xanthan gum and the vanilla extract. And then we also have the chocolates. Okay, we need to use unsweetened chocolate bars and unsweetened or sugar-free chocolate baking bars and chocolate chips. Usually for chocolates, it must be 85% cacao. Okay, not less than that. But if it is sweetened, must be sweetened by keto-approved sweeteners. Okay? So when it comes to sugar substitutes, I have a separate video on that. Okay? Describing the different sugar substitutes that we can use for baking and its effect in the output of our baked items. Okay? So please watch my video on sugars, baking with sugar substitutes. Alright? And then of course in keto baking, we also use nuts and seeds, okay, and berries. But there are berries that are only keto approved, not all berries. And of course, the amount of seeds and berries that we use, okay, are very crucial and important per recipe that will contribute to the macros of our baked ingredient. Okay, that's very, very important. We cannot just use a lot in one recipe or else it will become high carb. Okay? And then for milk, we use unsweetened almond milk. We can also use coconut milk and coconut cream, heavy cream, okay? And then for cheeses, we use cream cheese, mozzarella, parmesan, cheddar cheese, and there are keto-approved cheeses as well. And then we also use vinegar in keto baking. What type of vinegar? Personally, I use Bragg's apple cider vinegar. Okay, vinegar, what's the purpose of using vinegar in keto baking? It will help your baked goodie rise. Yun. For breads, especially for buns, it won't taste vinegar at all, but it will help for the bread to rise. Okay, so for over the years, I've been using Bragg's apple cider vinegar. I've tried other brands, but Bragg's is the best for me. I am yet to use a local one because I saw it in the market recently, which is the coconut cider vinegar. Since that's local in the Philippines, I have yet to try that. So I'm going to give you an update if we can replace our apple cider vinegar with the coconut cider vinegar. And that will be great because that's a local product here in the Philippines. Okay? And then, here are some updates that we started using recently in keto baking. So we have whey protein powder. Make sure that this is keto approved. Okay? And just check the label. Alright? So there's an unflavored whey protein powder. So what does it do? The whey protein will help make our breads and cakes fluffier and lighter. Okay, the thing with almond flour and coconut flour, the breads and the cakes are very dense and heavy. So by incorporating whey protein powder, it will help them become lighter And how about if I don't have whey protein? Then that is a 1:1 substitution with almond flour. Though, if you substitute it with almond flour, it is heavier, okay, than using whey protein. But do not use 100% whey protein. If the recipe calls for 1 cup almond flour, you can use 3/4 almond flour and the rest will be whey protein. Okay, that's a good combination. Then we also started using flaxseed meal now for breads, which this can be used also to replace psyllium husk. Okay, so it mimics wheat bread texture. Okay, and then recently in keto baking, oat fiber na is being used. Okay, let me repeat this. Oat fiber, not oat flour, not oatmeal. Okay? So you can do your own research. Oat fiber is made from the husk of the oats, powderized to become a flour type ingredient. Okay? So we use oat fiber and this is completely insoluble. No? It gets flushed out, doesn't have carbs or calories at all. It will just simply add to the texture that we're looking for in a bread. Okay, so the husk is grinded down into a powder form. Okay, so we can use also oat fiber, not oat flour, not oatmeal. All right. So again, these are just some of the ingredients, or mostly majority of the ingredients that we need to have in our pantry even before we start keto baking. Again, let me encourage everyone to watch my video on baking with sugar substitutes, because this will help a lot. Sugar substitutes play a big role in the texture of the baked products, the output of our baked products, and it also contributes to the bulk, to the bulk of our baked item. So it's like, it's also a bulking agent when used properly. Okay, so please watch that video. All right. Now, before we proceed to the class, okay, so once you have all these things in your pantry, I advise that you test them and taste them. Okay, it's important that you know the taste of the ingredients. How does it feel? Is it grainy? Is it slimy? Is it gooey, etc.? It's important to really understand and taste these ingredients. Okay, so let's get started soon, and I hope that you will enjoy, okay, your journey in keto baking. So thank you for watching and see you in class. God bless.